Hello everyone, and welcome to our playthrough of the Yawgh. I'm JulianGreystoke.
This is SgtL.
We decided that we would try to play through this game together for you guys. This can be up to a 4-player game, hot seat style. We're going to see how this works. This is really new territory for us. The dog is being noisy in the background. Don't mind the dog. It's really new territory for us. We've never really tried to do a Let's Play together before, so this might fail horribly, crash and burn style. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. We found this fun little game called the Yawgh. Like I said, it can be up to 4 players, and we've actually played through it a number of times, but basically you can be any of these characters trying to save your village from this thing called the Yawgh. So we're going to pick all the characters. I'm going to be playing the 2 female characters. He's going to be playing the 2 male characters. We've decided to give them a little bit of personalities. We've given them personalities in the past, so we're just kind of going with personalities that we've given them before. The woman on the left, I like to play as a crazy lady, because my first playthrough, she went crazy. Forgive the animals in the background, they're all being really loud. And on the right, we have the one who I've decided was scholarly and studious, so that's going to be her personality. Adam, what about your characters?
Up top, my first playthrough, I played him as somewhat of a fop and a young aristocrat who was spending most of his life just enjoying himself and more self-interested. I'm not going to be quite so narrow-focused with him. He will still be aristocrat, but perhaps not quite so much of a fop. And then underneath, of course, he looks like a big, burly Scotsman, and that's how I played him and had quite a lot of fun with him on that first playthrough. So I will kind of keep those mentalities in mind as I play them.
Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and get started. We will each be reading, because it's sort of text-based, we'll each be reading for our own characters, so here we go. Here we go. The Yawgh will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. It's been here before, why don't we expect it? Not a one of us. We just keep living our lives, week by week, unaware. Okay, so the first turn, I believe, goes to Crazy. Yes, it is Crazy. And I think that she... Oh, should I start her out in the slums or out in the forest? What do you think?
That's an interesting question. A great dilemma. I always do enjoy having a superhero.
Yeah, maybe she'll fight crime in the slums. I enjoy the slums. Fighting crime. You spend a week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. Okay, so you guys can see her stats up there in the right-hand corner. Every character has stats. They all start out with the same stats. And depending on what you do, their stats will grow or shrink. And obviously, whenever you choose to do, different things can happen to you, and it's all pretty randomly generated. One night, you hear cheering coming from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on dogs violently ripping each other apart. One of the men spots you and asks, "Oi, would you like to participate in our little betting game?" "I will not bet on dogfights. I will stop dogfights." You try to convince the gamblers that the dogfighting is wrong. Your words fall on deaf ears. I have a dagger, why am I not solving this? Very quickly, they get quite angry with you. Uh-oh. I don't have the stats to deal with thugs. One of them walks up to you and pulls out a knife. I have a knife too. That's not a knife, this is a knife. You don't feel you've got the strength or speed to match this guy. You run away, hoping he won't follow. Okay, so I didn't lose any stats for that, but I could have won that situation if I had the right stats. Now it is SgtL's turn.
The Scotsman. Find it's nice in this game to always have a little bit of money, and I think a Scotsman would make a good bartender. So I spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. I earn 1 wealth in tips and gain 2 charm. One day, an impromptu drinking contest is held, and I enter. You down a pint after pint, drinking as if your life depended upon it. You end up blacking out. When you come to, you find yourself in a home you don't recognize, in only your underwear.
Wow, chicka wow wow.
Your clothes are nowhere to be found, and you seem to be the only one home. What happened? I don't know what happened. I didn't even get stats.
Okay, so this girl is a studious one, so she's gonna study at the alchemy tower. She's gonna brew some potion. Look at her. Look at how studious she is with the little glasses. I love her. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, all of the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cantrip party. One alchemist waves his hands and produces confetti in front of him. Another spawns a seemingly endless number of doves from his sleeves. That sounds inconvenient. They poop all over the place. Then all of the alchemists turn to you to see what you can come up with, and I am going to have to do a simple trick because I do not have the magic for something complicated. By snapping your fingers to change your eyebrow color. Not bad, one of the alchemists say. I think I found a typo. You gain 1 magic.
And now it's time for the rich boy. He spends most of his time in the castle. He's lazy. He's gonna attend a ball.
And look at him dance. Look at him. He's so happy.
I spend the week attending fancy gatherings. I gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day you accidentally bump into a duke. Watch where you're going, filthy peasant. He shoves you out of the way with his hand and continues walking. Passive-aggressive response. That outfit looks really comfortable. He looks mildly insulted. Sick burn.
Sick burn.
I gain 1 charm.
Sick burn, bro.
They say the last time it came, the Yawgh devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was of so very long ago.
See, clearly it came before, so why are we so just like clueless about this Yawgh situation?
Came so very
this
long
Yawgh situation.
ago.
Okay, so here we have Cray Cray. I think she's gonna go to the slums again, but this time I think she's gonna pickpocket. You spend the week performing petty theft. 1 wealth and 2 finesse. Oh, this has happened to me before. One night you hear a woman whisper at you from nearby. Hey you, she calls out, looking to make a bit of coin. I'm always up for more coin. She signals for you to go into the alleyway with her. Come closer, she says. No one can hear what I'm about to tell you. Is it porn? I lean in close, eager to learn how you'll be earning this coin. I can read. She presses herself right up against you, moving her lips slowly towards your ear. Suddenly, she bites your neck viciously. Blood pours from the wound and she clings to you tightly, lapping it all up. You black out. When you come to, you see her standing over you. Thanks, she says, tossing you a couple coins. You gain 1 wealth. Well, at least she paid me. She then melts into the shadows. You feel your neck and notice the wound has healed completely. Your body feels ice cold. You gain 3 charm. Lose 3 physique. I just became a sexy vampire. That is what happened.
And the Scotsman's time to fight in the arena. I'm going to compete in fight. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day in between matches, you stumble upon one of the higher-ranked fighters ingesting illegal strength potions. Please, sir, don't report me.
Why does he have like a tiny... Oh, it's a she, okay. I was like, why did you give him such a tiny little
I
voice?
assumed it was because the testicles had shriveled
away.
Oh,
okay, but it's a she, so her ovaries shriveled up, maybe.
I'll even share some of my potion with you if you keep quiet, she adds.
She's also sort of cockney, apparently.
Apparently. I'm going to take her offer because I don't think a Scot would have any problem with drinking strange drinks.
You'd really...
Thank you so much for not reporting me, she says, while handing
she just
you
got
the
really
fries.
manly there.
You take a small swig of her potion, small, and can feel your muscles expand significantly.
Maybe they mean small in the way that I drink small amounts.
You gain 2 physique.
Whenever I take a sip of something, I say I'm going to take a sip, and what I mean is I'm going to drink half of it. Alright, so back to the alchemy tower we go for little Miss Studious, and she's gonna brew some more potions because this is her life. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. 2 magic, 1 mind. One day you hear cries for help coming from the next room. Running over to investigate, you see that the alchemists have accidentally created an ooze monster. Fucking hell. How do you dispatch the ooze? I'm gonna
Punch
hope that I have enough
Scotsman
magic.
wants you to punch it.
No, I am gonna hope that I have enough magic. You pulverize the ooze into a puddle with an array of magic spells. The alchemists all cheer. 1 charm. I am super charming for killing that ooze monster. Everybody knows.
Alright. To attend the ball. Fancy gatherings. 2 charm. Finesse. One day you overhear the jester tell a joke to a group of people. Everyone laughs, but you don't understand the joke at all. I'm gonna try real hard to figure the joke out on my own. I can do this.
You can do it.
Believe in me.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm pretty sure that this is, like, you're the only live person at this party, because everyone else looks like they're ghosts.
Well, maybe that's why I never managed to figure it out.
It's a ghost joke.
You've begun coming to terms with the fact that your sense of humor is lacking. Being more self-aware, you manage to exude an aura of confidence.
Self-awareness is
You
important.
gain 1 charm.
Go you.
So I'm just going to pretend like I know the
It's
joke.
just like, no, your understanding that you don't understand the joke makes you more charming somehow. You're like, I have no idea. And the people are like, he's so charming. Anyway, it was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook and the air went still. Okay, so Crazy's been having a great time in the slums, but is it alright with you if I send her to the forest for a little while?
I have no foreplanned activities within the forest.
Okay, she's gonna hunt in the forest, because now she's a vampire. Spend the week hunting defenseless critters, gain 2 finesse, and sell the pelts for 1 wealth. Over the course of the week, you've noticed your skin becomes paler, your teeth sharper. You notice that whenever you talk, everyone nearby hangs on your every word. You gain 3 charm. You also feel more frail and gaunt than you used to. You lose 3 physique. I have no physique now. She's got nothing. One day you spot a hunting party in the wilderness. You see one of the hunters drop his hat. As he bends down to pick it up, his neck is fully exposed. Num num num. You can even see a vein or 2. Delicious. Before you know it, you're coated in blood with a mangled form in front of you. But is his hat okay? There are several of people. Whoa, that was a loud motorcycle. I apologize for that. There are several of people around you, and they're filled with delicious nectar. The next few hours are a blur, but a delicious blur. You wake up the next day in bed cheeks soaked with blood that is not your own. You look in the mirror and notice your skin has regained its color and your teeth have dulled. The next day you find the exit to the town is closed. Something about there being a horrific incident in the forest. You do not inquire further. You just kind of put up your hand and walk away. So,
Did you break the forest?
I did break the forest. This is something that can happen. Certain events can trigger places to become no longer viable, and I think you can probably destroy every building in this place. But I broke the forest now with my vampiric tendencies, so I apologize for that.
The Scotsman shall continue to fight in the arena. One day, while wandering the halls, one of the arena fighters approaches you. "Excuse me, sir. I need a sparring partner," he says. "Are you down for a fight or 2?
You down?
I'm gonna refer him to the burly guy.
I don't know,
next to
your
you.
physique is 11. I bet you could do it. Do it. Do it, you're a Scotsman. You drank the strength potion. You roided up. You roided up.
Alright.
Accept it.
It's gonna be the second time I'm blacked out for the game.
Oh, you're used to it.
Let's do this! He takes a swing at your head. You punch his fist as it's coming towards you.
Punch his fist.
You can hear the bones in the fighter's hands.
I told
crack.
you 11 physique would be enough.
He runs away, whimpering.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
See, I told you.
You gain 1 charm.
That made you more charming? I don't know how that made you more charming. Okay, so, Little Miss Steady Your Pants Off. Actually, that's right. Can I go back? Is there a way to go back? Or am I
nope.
stuck here? I'm stuck here. I was going to have her meditate for a day because she's been doing nothing but studying, but I guess she's going to study one more time. Magic Mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to wash his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something soon, it'll explode. Throw it out the fucking window! I'm not gonna drink it, because I'm not gonna drink it. You toss the potion out the window and watch its contents empty into the town's water supply. Quick thinking! Poison the whole town. You gain 1 mind. You take off early for the day, hoping nobody finds out. Shh. Never mind. Never you mind.
So, you went the vampire route again, which makes my Fop's charm kind of useless, except for the fact that, like, I think for the charm things at the end, you need physique and finesse and mind. So, I kind of think your cray-cray vampire might be a little bit useless to us.
What are you talking about? She's a beautiful creature. I was thinking of actually taking her to the hospital and trying not to blow that place up and maybe make her into the doctor or something.
Magic to mind. You need finesse. Oh, yeah, if you have finesse.
She's got some finesse, yeah.
Walking past a pond one day, you see a fat little frog sitting on a lily pad. Please, sir, the frog begs. I'm not a frog at all, but an enchanted prince.
Your frog voice sounds a lot like your female warrior voice.
I only have so many voices, dear. If you could see a way to kissing me, it would break the curse and return me to normal. I got you, frog. Pucker up.
Let's make with the frog smooches, and now you have salmonella.
Bend down and kiss the frog. You feel a curious stirring, like a curse trying to break. Unfortunately, you don't seem to be magical enough to get the job done.
You need to be more magic.
I thought it was charm. The frog thanks you for your efforts and hops off sadly.
You need to be a magic man with magic hands.
Wake up the next morning with a bad case of lip warts.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
I lose 1 charm. And then the world was a howling fury. Chaos, screaming. The sound of all we knew being pulled in half.
Exactly in half. No more, no less. I don't know what that voice was that he was doing. Okay, so I'm gonna probably send her... Oh, you can see the mist on the bottom right is creeping in. That means the Yawgh is getting closer. I'm gonna send her to the hospital to treat patients, and maybe I can turn her into a doctor. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. Of course, over the course of the week, I wish I could give my wealth to someone else, you know, because she's useless as the smelter because...
no physique.
No physique.
You have to become a vampire.
Yes, I did. Over the course of the week, you notice more and more people coming to the hospital with strange deformities. Is it because somebody threw a potion into the water supply? One of the doctors determined that these patients must be drinking some magically contaminated doop-a-doo. Nothing to do with me. You make a mental note to boil everything before you drink it. Gain 1 mind.
Now, in the crazy vampire lady's defense, it wasn't her who threw something in the water.
No,
supply.
it was the smart one. All right, off you go, Scotty.
All right, so my physique is pretty good. I feel like the 10 physique is reasonable. Now, if you notice, the forest is grayed out over on the left. I can't go there because somebody broke it.
I'm sorry. I had to vamp out and eat all those people. You don't understand. Well, if you keep, get some money for him, and he could be the smelter.
I gained 3 wealth. One night on your way home, you spot a rusty dagger on the ground. I'm gonna pick it up.
Always pick up rusty things you find on the ground.
As you pick it up, you hear a voice from behind you whisper, "You're not worthy."
Normal.
The dagger begins to dissolve into black smoke. Within seconds, the blade is gone. Yeah.
And you're all like having a Shakespearean moment, like, is this a dagger I see before me, handle towards my hand? But it's just not.
I've yet to figure out how to get the dagger. I want the dagger.
Yeah, I don't know what stats you need to get the dagger to
I feel
be
like
worthy.
It might be magic, but
maybe.
I'm not sure.
So how do you feel about Smarty Pants going to meditate for a little while?
She can go meditate.
I'm gonna go meditate in the gardens because she's been doing nothing but work, and I feel like she needs to meditate. And she's like such a cute little... Look at her. She's just adorable in everything that she does.
See, if you would have meditated last week, you could have kissed the frog prince.
I know. 1 magic and 2 mind. It's because I forgot. It's my fault. And then I poisoned the water supply. Somebody's poisoned the water hole, and it was me. One day you notice a woman watering the garden plants. Suddenly the plants sprout giant mouths. Audrey, too! She is eaten immediately. The plants then uproot themselves and begin charging towards the denizens of the park. You manage to escape alongside everyone else. But I don't get to try and do something?
Right? Like blast them with magic?
Right? Okay. What do you do? Rally the town to fight or stay away? I feel like I need charm to rally the town. This is obnoxious. I think I should probably stay away. I may have broken the garden, though. Probably with that magic water that came from the alchemy tower that I definitely didn't spill yesterday. Not at all.
Breaking everything.
I'm breaking everything. Should I try and rally the town to fight? I really don't think I have the charm.
Play your character. What would Studious McStudious Face do?
Actually, she'd probably stay away so no one would suspect that she was the reason that it happened. Sadly, nothing could be done. The park is closed for extermination. I also broke the park. I am terrible at the Yawgh.
Alright, so I've got Foppy, and, not many places left for him to go.
Not really. You could go to the tavern. You could go to a party. He could go to the alchemy tower and destroy something. He spends a week doing the robot.
I lean up against the wall just to take a break and look dashing. It rotates as you apply pressure and you stumble down a set of stairs. You enter a large, dusty room filled with barrels.
Jinkies.
You found the king's famous wine cellar. Hoo. Host a secret party down here. All your friends show up and the drinking begins. When you come to, you find yourself in a home you don't recognize in only your underwear.
Okay, this is both your characters now who have gotten drunk and woken up somewhere they don't know in nothing but their underwear. I'm starting to sense a trend.
Your clothes are nowhere to be found, and you seem to be the only one home.
They don't even love you enough to stay with you.
What happened?
They just took your clothes and left you somewhere. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong? I seriously doubt it, considering the characters we have this time. Or have we forgotten? Yeah, we've forgotten, and our characters all suck, so I think we're gonna get eaten by the Yawgh. See that mist? That mist is a creepin'. Okay, so Cray, she's gonna, if you don't mind, she'll continue in the hospital.
Sure.
Because I'm doing this, I'm trying to play your character and not doing this logically, because logically she probably should try to get physique so that she could be the smelter, but...
No, I've got Scott has
Scott's
as much
gonna
wealth
do it?
as
Okay,
you.
then I'm gonna keep trying to turn her into the doctor. She's probably gonna destroy the hospital, though. You spend a week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, a patient whose voice has been cursed and replaced with piano notes will not stop talking. All the other patients are complaining that his voice is making the hospital even more depressing. The doctors have tried convincing him to stop talking, but to no avail. I am going to sing with him, because that's just what you do when people have piano voices. Duh. You start trying to sing along. The two of you start singing wonderful melodies together, making everybody happy. One of the doctors slips you a stack of coins to thank you. Gosh darn it, I keep getting money! She doesn't need money.
The Scotsman needs money. He's gonna bet on
Try
the
not
fight.
to break the arena.
Gain 2 wealth. Only 2? That makes me sad. I gained 3 wealth last time. During a match, another warrior's weapon is knocked from their grasp. You barely manage to avoid it. With a sickening crunch, it destroys the knee of a nearby bystander.
He used to be a warrior like you.
He accuses you of causing him harm by not stopping the flying weapon.
Your body didn't stop it.
He
It hit
takes
my
me to
body.
court.
What the hell?
I'm gonna defend myself.
I don't think you have the charm.
But you can't seem to convince the judge.
Look at you.
He rules in the plaintiff's favor and orders you to surrender the 2 wealth.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, look at you. The judge would be like, yeah, you could have stopped that weapon. You could have just let it hit you and it wouldn't have mattered. Alright, back to the alchemy tower and shame with you. Brew some potions, Missy. Spend a week and 2 magic, 1 mind. One day the artificer stops by for a visit. She's adorned with magical gadgets and gizmos and is followed everywhere by her clockwork spider. The alchemists of the tower all go out of their way to impress the artificer, offering her an array of potions and elixirs. I don't know, that seems kind of insulting. Like, offering her potions and elixirs, like, here, this'll cure your, I don't know, face. As she's leaving, she adorns the most charming of alchemists with a special trinket. The fact that she didn't choose you was a very humbling experience. You gain 1 charm. I'd feel a little bit guilty getting a prize for being the person who poisoned the watering hole. And broke the garden. And made everybody sick with weird sicknesses. Generally...
I would like to increase my mind. I think I'm going to do administration work to atone for me getting the king's beer all drank. Wine. It was wine. Spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day, the court jester approaches you.
This fucker.
Don't talk to me. I don't understand your jokes. Would you like to learn to juggle, he asks. I'll teach you everything I know for a small sum. Well, this guy doesn't need
money
wealth
for it.
anyways, so sure, you spend the day with a jester, practicing your juggling technique. You improve dramatically. You gain 2 finesse.
Of course you improved dramatically. You had nothing before.
Indeed. I gain another 2 finesse.
Whoa, damn, you're getting
You
good.
happily pay the jester for his services.
You are now good at juggling.
You lose 1 wealth.
And you'll somehow destroy...
Yawgh! It's almost here! Almost!
Okay,
Almost!
that hurts my ears. Stop it. Oh, the mist is really creeping. I think we only have 1 more week with which to fuck up our lives before the Yawgh gets here. But our characters are clueless, so she's gonna continue to tend the patients. One day you hear a spooky sound echoing through the hospital. Soon afterwards, a glowing blue ghost floats down from the ceiling. She seems to have wandered the halls aimlessly, howling out terrible noises. She doesn't appear to realize that she's freaking everyone out. You decide to do something about it. Well, I don't have the magic, so I'm gonna have to talk. But talking, I think I'm pretty good at talking, so... You approach the spirit and try to explain to her the effect she's having on the sick. She seems to understand what you're telling her and apologizes for bothering everybody. One undead to another, you know how that goes. She walks through the wall and is never seen again. Just as long as she didn't go into the water supply, we're okay. The doctor tosses you a sack of— Stop giving me money! A sack of coins is a way of saying thanks. Oh my gosh, useless money. You'll find out later why it's useless to me. Alright, this is your last act on Earth here, bub.
It's not my last act on Earth.
Well, yeah, your last act will probably be to be the only one who's
You spend the week
useful.
fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. While wandering around the halls between matches, you spot
are you
your
talking
former
like that?
lover, Kelly, to be different.
Okay.
An awkward exchange
Batman.
happens in which you want to know how they're doing without seeming to care too much. After a few minutes, Jean, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey, Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. Saying awkward goodbyes, they walk off holding hands. How do I feel?
How do you feel? Well,
I'm a Scot. I get extremely jealous.
extreme jealousy.
For no reason, because Scots are...
They're renowned for their jealousness.
Yeah.
Sure.
You become extremely grumpy for the rest of the week. You lose 1 charm.
Yeah, you weren't that charming anyway.
While you're no fun to be around, you channel your rage into working out.
Oh, yeah.
You gain 2 physique.
You didn't skip leg day.
That's right.
Alright, so for her last action, she's gonna study potions. I know, this is really boring. Are there any places we didn't explore that we should make sure that people see?
The tavern.
Well, we kind of did the tavern.
Yeah, that's right.
You spend a week experimenting with different potion brews. One day, you hear one of the alchemists shout, Eureka! You look over and see what he's done. You spot a small, previously dead ferret come to life. Ew! I figured out the antidote to death! The alchemist exclaims. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers about slowly. I really want to destroy the abomination, but I don't think I have the physique for it. Because my first instinct, if somebody was like, hey look, a zombie ferret, my first instinct would be like, just stomp, like dead, no more zombie ferret. But I don't think I have the physique, so I think she might praise his accomplishments. I mean, she is the one who poisoned the water supply. Good job on the zombie ferret. That's amazing, you say, slightly discomforted by the ferret's presence. You didn't hurt the alchemist's feelings. Good on you. You gained 1 charm. You didn't stomp his horrifying abomination into the dust.
Yeah, I think he has enough charm and finesse to be leader. He needs a little bit more mind. Hopefully I get enough. 2 wealth, 1 mind.
We're swimming in money.
The king approaches you. Excuse me, but you look like someone who I can confide in, he says.
Mistake.
I really want a prince to take over the throne. But the Queen and I... Well, maybe you should just elect
You
me.
should just take over as prince.
Right, give it to me. Give me the job. Aren't exactly active in the bedroom. He blushes a little. Do you have any advice on how I could romance the Queen, so to speak?
Well, here's the key. Prioritize her orgasm. Bam. You're welcome.
I'm gonna try to teach the king my ways.
You have ways? Are you a playa?
You spend hours drawing a bunch of diagrams and going through
You
scenarios
accidentally
with
write the
king.
Kama Sutra.
By the end of it, he's just
Whoa.
as charming as you are. He thanks you and hands you a large sack of coins.
Why
as
do
a
we keep
reward.
getting money?
You gain 3 wealth.
We have so much money this playthrough. Okay, I'm gonna read this. The storm arrives in the night. By morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through the grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Is it? Are we past saving?
Well,
Okay.
Being as we destroyed
Probably,
most of, like a third of the town beforehand.
Yeah, we just don't have much to save. Okay, so this is the part where all of the stats that we have been gaining through the story will matter. So we're gonna get to the ending here. Okay, so the Yawgh has been here, left a bit of a mess, and now we have to decide what role each of our characters will play. This one is
Cray cray.
Cray Cray, and I wanted to have her have a go at being the doctor because she did do some doctoring. So we'll see. You take it upon yourself to help the sick and injured from the Yawgh. You're able to fix up most of the patients in no time at all.
And those you can't, you eat.
Yeah, it's a great plan. This means there are more people to help with rebuilding the town. This helps the survival effort considerably. See, she was useful. I think those are supposed to be bandages she's carrying, but it looks like rocks.
Those are the sick people you cured just enough to carry rocks around to help rebuild.
Okay, so now this is the Scotsman, yes?
This is the Scotsman.
The Scotsman, and you wanted him to...
We were thinking about being the smelter with him, but I don't think he has enough wealth for that, so he's just going to use his physique to be the builder.
What the smelter does is he uses wealth and physique to create stuff, and so you need to get both. So
He basically converts all of his coins into useful metal things like hinges and daggers.
I don't know. Things that you can totally make out of coins, right?
The builder, you
Look at
take it
him.
upon yourself to help rebuild the town by hand.
He's so cute.
You rebuild homes at breakneck speed, impressing the rest of the survivors. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly.
Well, yay! Okay.
Yay.
So obviously my girl is going to have to be the conjurer because she has a metric shit ton of magic. That is more magic than I think you need.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere between 10 and 15 is like the magic number for the primary skill, but...
But yeah, so she's just swimming in magic, so she's going to conjure the fuck out of this. You take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. You conjure up a new town! Your magic, you summon supplies of the highest caliber. With little effort, you are summoning high-quality lumber and food out of nowhere. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly.
And my fop, which I'm hoping has enough mind stats to be the leader.
I don't actually know what you need to be the tailor.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know.
I do have
what
finesse.
you need. And you have style, you have grace. I feel like we need a leader, though.
Take it upon yourself to be the leader of the survivors. I was close with the king and queen, after
Yeah,
all.
he gave them sex advice. That qualifies
You
him.
expertly delegate and prioritize tasks.
Her
You give-
orgasm first.
You give motivating speeches and act as an effective mediator in disputes.
Good on you, Fapa guy.
This helps the rebuilding effort significantly.
Okay, so I think this is probably the best we've had, actually.
This is the only time all 4 have been significant help.
Yes. So, let's find out. And so we set about our tasks, once more living our lives, this time in a way that we might never have expected, or even wanted. But in the end, we flourished. Towers, once wrecked and ravaged, rose toward the sky. Trees again took root, then blossomed. We all blossomed, except the vampire.
No, she blossomed too.
And though it took a long while, and though it took a lot from us, our future is bright. Should the Yawgh ever return, we will be ready.
Or
well, no,
have
we
forgotten
won't. Like in
about it.
3 generations, that we won't be again. All right, now we get to find out what happened to each of our characters individually. And let me just tell you, the writers of this game definitely had way more fun writing sad endings than happy ones. So we'll see if any of our characters turn out happy in the end, even though we rebuilt the town. With the town rebuilt, you take off to the forest to pursue your true calling, vampirism. You and your gang of merry fellows ambush nobles traveling the woods, demanding money for the poor and feeding on their flesh. Your group, I played the superhero once, but I can't figure this out. Your group become local heroes for those living in the slums. Your legend is sung in taverns all across the land. The vampire Robin Hood.
That's the real reason you keep getting away from.
That was like a
the
surprisingly good ending because I'm still a vampire though.
The Yawgh traumatized me deeply.
Oh dear.
Despite everything being okay now, something in me snapped. Maybe it was witnessing a baby floating face down in the water. Maybe it was when I found a man skewered on a fence, still squirming slightly, his eyes an empty void. Perhaps it was when I saw a group of kids that were trapped in a school and had resorted to eating their rotting teacher's corpse.
Maybe I had turned those kids into vampires.
Whatever it was, you can't help but drink. You drink so much, you're not entirely sure what is real and what's an illusion. One day, you look into a mirror and your eyes are empty, hollow.
See, that's the ending we've come to expect from this game. Adam's gonna blow his nose, don't be alarmed. With the town fully rebuilt, you spend more and more time in the alchemy tower with birdies, undead birdies. Your potion brewing abilities quickly become among the best in the world. Your health and mana potions are considered world-class delicacies, with people venturing from far and wide to buy them. But you never learn how to brew a love potion. Well, damn.
With the town rebuilt, you decide to celebrate. I do know where the king's wine cellar is. You organize a huge festival in honor of the bravery that helped save so many lives. The first one is so successful, you decide to make it an annual tradition. Every year, the festival gets bigger and more elaborate, and every year it costs more and more money to put on. You have to start charging admission, and no one is happy about it. The annual festival slowly fades out of relevance, and before long is cancelled completely.
Like, even these are, like, the happiest endings we've ever seen, and they're still like, yeah, you're happy, but not happy.
You don't really know what to do with your life after all of that.
There you go, that was the Yawgh. I don't know, what did you guys think? That was actually the best ending we've ever gotten. And as I said, even though it was like the happiest ending we've ever seen from this game, it was still like, you're happy.
We had one, the zombie doctor was super happy. The Scotsman was like, I'm gonna go off in the woods and kill myself, sad. And the other two were like, what? Aww.
One time I had the alchemist, she just walked out into a lake and exploded. That was her ending. So, yeah, there you go. You get an idea of what the Yawgh is about. I would recommend you check it out. It's really fun, especially play it with friends. Remember, it's not a competitive game, it's a cooperative game because you're trying to save the village in the end, I assume, unless you're trying to destroy it. So that's why I like it, because I like the cooperative aspect of the game.
Alternatively, you could try to work together to become like supervillains, because there's at least one crazy magical supervillain option, there's the vampire supervillain option, and there are at least 2 other demons that I've run through on different playthroughs and encounters. So I think there's enough evil, demonic, supervillainy options out there. You know, whatever theme you want to go with, you could
yeah,
see.
Of course, it is always random. So, like, your plans could go completely awry. Like, one time I wanted to have... I forget what I wanted to have happen. But
then she destroyed half the town.
Yeah, well, no, that was this time. But then the vampire thing happened to me at a different time, and, like, everything that I had been planning for that character went out the window. Like, I had been building her physique and stuff like that. Or her physique, that's your strength.
Yeah, you're building your physique, and then you took a -6 to physique, or -9
for turning into
physique.
a vampire. So she was completely then wasted. So it is really random what can happen to you in the best laid plans of mice and men. So I actually recommend just role-playing the character and seeing what happens, because we've actually had the most success when we do that versus when we try to get too meta and, you know, make the characters perfect. So anyway, this was our playthrough of the Yawgh. Adam, any last comments?
Yawgh!
If you would like to see us play through this again, give us a shout. We'll probably do it because, you know, boss us around, whatever. And if you liked it, then click the like button to indicate your liking of it. Thank you. Bye!
Hasta luego! Wrong button.